would get involved, we'd go to full strength. And then what you need to do is you need to create a caucus. You can do that in tea parties. I do it with a pachyderm coalition that I formed. I try to get all the conservative PCs to meet separately and strategize against the rhinos. We did it by getting a phone list from the county. And every locale is different. So what works in Tempe and LD17 might not work over in Mesa, might not work, up in Sedona or wherever. You've got to figure it. You got to, use your imagination and try to find out who the other like-minded people are, and then contact them. Okay, this is serious business, and you've got to, when you're going door to door, when you're trying to recruit, you want to dress to attract people and not scare them off. I'm friends with a lot of people in the motorcycle groups who become PCs, and I tell them, when you're going knocking on doors, don't wear your motorcycle stuff. Maybe in your neighborhood, if you know everybody, you can. But maybe not. Put on just something else. But then again, maybe all your motorcycle garb is great if you're going to go on a ride to promote conservatism or something. I think that's great. So just use your noggin. Okay. Here, essential tools to have with you at all times. Now this is assuming that you're now out in, you become a precinct committeeman, you've got a clipboard in hand, and you're going to go do something, and here's some other stuff that you should always have. Digital video camera, that flip video camera, okay? It wasn't that one, I actually had a first generation one. Remember that John Kyle video? Where John Kyle?
Yes.
Okay, I shot that.
Oh,
Yeah, and Ron Lutters comes up and asks this great question, and I had it on and I turned it on. I didn't know what he was going to say, but then I heard the gasps, and I knew I had something. And then when I got home, I watched it, and I knew I had something. Well, I didn't have time to get it on the internet on Friday afternoon because I had to get ready for a meeting down in where the prison is down there, the town that starts in Florence. The town that's, I'm not from Arizona, so I don't know all the town names. But anyways, so I come back from that meeting, and I upload it to YouTube, put in some good search terms, and then I wrote an article on redstate.com about it. Before I even got the article done on Red State, it was going viral already. And I knew that I had something when I turned on my TV the morning, on Monday morning, and there was Megyn Kelly showing that video. Okay? The only reason that, now John Kyle could have, weeks earlier when that happened, come out to the cameras and talk to the press about it, but he didn't. You know why he didn't do it? Because he doesn't have a strategy and he doesn't have any courage. But he was willing to share that with this Tea Party group, thinking, nobody, it won't go anywhere. But I had my camera. Those cameras are incredible. Okay.
What did he say?
What's that?
What did he say?
what did he say?
I'll tell you at the end, okay? All right. You're going to have to wait. Backup. I've got a digital still camera. It also shoots video, okay? Backup. I have a BlackBerry. It shoots video. I've shot video of Kyle and McCain and others with this. It's not very good video, but when the battery dies on that, I got a backup. And it takes pictures too. Okay, so you need to have this stuff on you at all times. Batteries. Make sure you got batteries. I didn't have batteries at one time, so I had to go to this. Business cards. When you meet somebody, remember that one-on-one talk that Drew was talking about, if you meet people and talk to them, you might be able to recruit them. Give them your business card. Maybe they'll call you back. Obviously, always have a pen. You're political activists now. You got to have this stuff with you at all times. Cell phone. Again, this is my cell phone. Some of these iPhones now are incredible. They've got everything built in. The digital video, the digital still camera, and all that stuff. Become as smart as your smartphone. Okay, learn how to use this stuff. Okay. Recruitment flyers. Okay, I'm going to, again, do some prop work here. Okay. Okay, here's the phone list we used for LD17 to cold call people when we were having our leadership elections. We didn't know who all the conservatives were, so we called them. We got this from the county. We asked for it. They'd never had a request before for a phone list, believe it or not. This is my little recruitment flyer. I have these in my car at all times. The only reason I'm wearing this jacket is because that way I can have these in my lapel, in my pocket here, okay?
I used his forms and they work.
Yeah,
Okay?
and it's got my name on it, it's got my blog on it, and it's also got the numbers for the county and the state GOP and their websites.
I copy and pasted it and changed it and added Yavapai and Coconino counties on the
Okay.
bottom.
Voter registration forms. I carry these with me everywhere I go. You'll meet somebody and they say, you know, I don't even think I'm registered. Get them registered. I mentioned before, PC recruitment. Right now, to become an appointed precinct committeeman in the Republican Party, this is the form you fill out. You basically fill out your name and your address, and that's it. And you can become, if there's a vacancy, you can become an appointed PC. Which means that once we go through redistricting, just like the elected PCs, the appointed PCs get to vote for the leadership. Don't you want to vote for the leadership of your party if you're not a PC already? That's all. This is how hard it is. Fill out this piece of paper. Pocket constitutions. Okay. Over on the table over here by Pam, I've got free copies of the Witten printers, it's printed here in Phoenix, of the Citizens Rulebook. It's got the Constitution in it, the Declaration of Independence, the Juror's Handbook, Founders Quotes, etc. All I ask, if you take one, please order some for your family and buy 10 of them, or give them away to your friends. We got to know and I'm going to get into the Constitution a little bit more in a second. And again, I always carry them with me. Again, info on how to get in touch with the party, I've got that on my flyer. You can get business cards with that on it. And then get the person's contact information and follow up, follow up, follow up. Before you do anything, search engines are your friends. Drew talked about this. We got this powerful tool called the internet. We got to start using it. Okay, before you do anything, find out whether or not the wheel's already been invented. I used to be on this nationwide conference call of PC recruiters. Somebody said, hey, we got to learn Robert's Rules of Order. Will someone volunteer to learn Robert's Rules of Order and then give us a tutorial on it? And I'm online and I just put Robert's Rules of Order tutorial videos. Boom. There are hundreds of them. They're fantastic. Here's simplified rules of Robert's Rules of Order. Robert's Rules of Order, the book is this thick, but this is really all you need to know. This is not rocket science, folks. It's easy. So don't create something from scratch. See if somebody's already invented the wheel already. Okay, you got to get to know your government and your parties on the internet. Here are their websites for the Republican Party: azgop.org, maricopagop.org, your county recorder's website. Your county recorder's website will allow you to figure this out. And Drew's going to be talking about this later. What's your number? How many people how many people are registered in your precinct? Here's registrations by precinct, by party. Okay, you can do it by legislative district. Okay, then you can figure out how many people of those registered voters actually went and voted in the last election, the election before, the election before. It's all there, and then you can find out, okay, how many voters voted for if you're a Republican, for the Republican in my precinct last time? Okay. Now you got to go and find and get more people to come out, and you're going to do that with a walking sheet, and I'm going to show you that in a minute. Arizona State Legislature's website has the election code on it. It's not very long, and there's stuff in there about how the parties are structured and how many precinct committeemen they get and all of that stuff. Your local government website, I'm in Tempe. I've become familiar with the Tempe website, the Maricopa County website as well. This is my blog. We've got concordproject.org. That's a website that has to do with get out the vote. Party.prosync.net. I have a friend over in California who developed a product called Precinct. He gives it away. It allows you to take the voter vault information, I'm going to talk about voter vault in a minute, and put it on a server where it's all digital and you can all work on it together. Let's say in my precinct I have 8 precinct committeemen. All 8 of us can go in there and add stuff. Like this person needs a ride to the polls. This person didn't want to sign up, who's an independent, but maybe we can get him to re-register as a Republican, that sort of stuff. And then American Majority Action just launched precinctproject.us, just yesterday or the day before.
Outstanding.
And I worked with them on that, as did others, and it's a nationwide thing, a one-stop shop. You go there, you can find out everything you need to know about becoming a precinct committeeman, and it's nonpartisan. Okay, so what's the main thing? The main thing is getting out more votes in the elections than your adversaries, isn't it? I mean, isn't that what we're supposed to focus on? Okay, so you've got to learn how to create more voters and get more of them to the polls for your candidates. You've got to register more voters for your party. You've got to contact more voters, and there are two simple words of how to do that: voter vault. Okay, voter vault's the key. With voter vault, you can generate walking sheets. Now, what's a walking sheet? How many of you have actually had a walking sheet in your hand? Okay. Here's a walking sheet. Here's my precinct walking sheet from my precinct in Tempe 59. That's my precinct. It tells me how many times the person voted in the last 4 elections. It tells me what party they're in. If I'm going to go around and get signatures to become a precinct committeeman, I only want to hit certain houses, Republicans or Independents. If I'm trying to get out during primary election time and general election time, I want to go or do a survey of the voters that never vote. This tells me the ones that never vote. The Republicans who never vote. And you knock on their door and you say, "Hi, I'm a precinct committeeman. I'm your precinct committeeman. I'd just like to know, just like to introduce myself, and I see here that you haven't been voting consistently. Is there a reason? Is there a way that I can help you to get to the polls?" And then ask, why haven't you been voting? You know, just in a non-threatening way, and find out. And it could be, well, I'm disgusted with the party because it's not conservative enough. And just wait until the end. And I'm disgusted, they might say. And then that might be somebody you could recruit as a conservative precinct committeeman. So, so you can generate walking sheets. You can update your walking sheets. You can recruit more PCs, like I said, with a walking sheet. You're not going out into the neighborhood willy-nilly, is what I'm getting at here. You already are armed with information about every household, about how many Republicans